Good evening and welcome to Open House. My name is Mrs. Laura Bennett and I am your son or daughter's Honors Algebra 2 teacher. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to be at Open House this evening, but I wanted to give you guys a little insight into our classroom and what you can expect throughout the year. So first, here we have a list of what your child will be doing this year in Honors Algebra 2. The listing of topics and skills that they should be able to acquire and master by the end of the course. A little bit about me. I did graduate from Peters Township High School in 2005. I then went on to Penn State, where I majored in secondary math education. And upon graduation, I began my teaching career at Seneca Valley School District, which is up in Cranberry. I taught 7th grade pre-algebra, and I also taught 9th grade geometry while there. I then made the big transfer down here and back to my home area at Trinity Area High School. Been teaching here for 8 years. I've taught Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Honors, Regular, and Advanced Algebra with Trig as well. Here are some of the things your child should already have for this course at this point in the year. A 3-ring binder, minimum of 1 inch, paper and pencils. Optionals are highlighters, and a graphing calculator is strongly recommended. These are the 2 types that we recommend that your student purchase. They will use them throughout the course of their high school and possibly college career, so it is a good investment. If your student is unable to purchase a graphing calculator, we will provide one for them. They will be held financially responsible for the calculator. So if it would be lost or damaged, they would have to replace it or pay to replace it at the end of the school year. Kind of like sending out a textbook. Here's how your child will be graded in my class. This is based on total points acquired. Homework is assigned daily and graded for completion and or accuracy. Partner challenges are given for students to collaborate with their peers and give them feedback as to how they're doing. Quizzes and tests are always announced 1 week prior, and they are kept on file in the classroom. So if you would want the test to come home so that you or a tutor can look it over, you can either just shoot me an email or have your son or daughter ask for it. I sign out the test folder for 1 week at a time and just ask that you return it in a timely fashion. We do some projects and activities. Most of those are in small groups this year. And then of course our quarterly and final exams. Quarterlies are given at the end of each 9 weeks, and final exams will be cumulative at the end of the year. And as always, we'll follow the Trinity Area School District letter grade policy. If your son or daughter seems to think they need some extra help, first and foremost, the second bullet point, homeroom tutoring is available by yours truly, Mrs. Bennett, in room 262 every day from 7:30 to 8 a.m. I usually am here by about 7:15, 7:20, so they can come early as well. Math tutoring is also available on Tuesdays after school in the library from 2:50 to 3:50 with Mrs. Thornburg. That'll be beginning October 1st. And I encourage the students to use their resources. I provide a lot of extra practice with answer keys as well as videos for students to watch on Google Classroom. Here are some of the online resources that you can see. You can access my teacher page from the trinitypride.org website if you go to Students and Teacher Pages. You can either scroll down and find my name, or you can also type in the little box. There are 2 of us here, Bennett's, at the high school, unrelated, but I am Laura Bennett. Click Go to Page. And upon getting here, if you click the following link, you can access my teacher page. There's no login required for this. And you can see that I have another course that I teach and my old course, Honors Geometry, but we'll focus on our Honors Algebra 2. So here are some of the course codes that the students can have access to. Here's a graphing calculator link that the students can use if they forget their graphing calculator. They can graph on here. We also have my lesson plan. So if you're wondering what's going on in class, you can click on the agenda and see the date, the topic, and the assignment. You can also use this to see any upcoming quizzes and tests. So you can see that yesterday, the 24th, your students took a quiz on 2-1 to 2-3. It should already be in Skyward for you to see their grade. And we have another quiz coming up next Friday, the 4th. We also have online extra practice. If you click this link, it takes you to our textbook, some free lesson quizzes and tests they can take. So if they were studying for their quiz this past week, they could have done, say, the lesson quiz for 2.2. These are all multiple choice questions that the students can answer, and I'm just guessing right now. And at the bottom, they click Score My Test, and it will tell you if you got it right or wrong. And I did pretty good at guessing. Look at that. I got 4 of the 5 correct. If you click Try Again, the students will get generated a few new questions until they start seeing repeats. But this is a great way to review for a chapter test or even a quiz. Our online textbook has not been working this year. We are working on it, but I do have paper textbooks for any students that might be interested in the classroom. The syllabus, which you have already read and signed saying that you agreed to, is also located on here. And then there's also video tutors. Now this video tutor link takes you to the books resources, which is not me directly, but it is an extra resource for the students if they want. But I would prefer them using my Google Classroom videos before those. So let me take you over to Google Classroom. So when your student logs into Google Classroom, they have many classes that they're enrolled in, but here's our Honors Algebra 2 course. And just give it a second to load. So as you can see, Google Classroom acts kind of like a Facebook stream in that it has a lot of things listed as they were posted in chronological order. So the students' homework is all posted here. So for example, they had their 2.1 homework that they did on paper. Here's a copy of it. I also post the answers so that the students are required to check those answers before coming to class. Once they come to class, they then can ask questions on any ones they didn't understand. I also post a lot of study tools, which are extra practice materials. These extra practice materials give the students practice problems to help study. And then they also provide worked out solutions for them to learn from their mistakes. I also post videos. So you can watch what we did in class on the video that is posted here. The YouTube videos seem to be working the best as of right now. So let me go ahead. Let's see if this one is working. It is. So when you click on the video, no, it is not. Let's go back to Google Classroom. The YouTube ones are working, so I have been posting just straight to YouTube some of the videos. But you can see and hear that this is exactly like what you would hear.
Do I go right one or left one?
If you were in class. So you don't actually see me on the video, kind of like right now, but you can see any of the lessons that you missed. So this is really useful if a student is absent or they're not understanding the lesson. I always post extra practice for students to watch. The schedule is also posted here in Google Classroom, and they can see what upcoming quizzes and tests are there. And if you have trouble finding something on Google Classroom, you can always go to the classwork page, which is up top, and everything is kind of organized then by chapter, so you can find it a little bit easier. So you can see their partner challenge this week was on Google Classroom, no calculator. So those are some of the online resources that are available to your child. I encourage them to utilize these resources to help them practice and study and prepare for quizzes and tests. So guided note sheets are given daily to help organize the students. I always encourage them to learn from their mistakes on homework and quizzes. I offer students to come in during homeroom to complete test corrections to help increase their understanding of concepts and skills. And please be checking Skyward. It is updated almost daily, definitely weekly. Check for missing homeworks that students can turn in if they were absent, and also check for quizzes and test scores. I truly believe in your child's potential, and I know that they have the ability to succeed. So I hope that you guys have a fantastic year and a fantastic evening here at Trinity High School. If you have any questions, feel free to email or call me.